Hey guys.
RJ, we got a lot of singing questions right now. That's the loudest we've heard the locker room all year. Is that the loudest it's been all year?
Nah, we usually play some music after we win, so
It
the locker room's
seems
right there.
maybe that's when we hear it more, but a lot of bad singing in there. I asked a couple of the guys about is that a good sign when guys that can't sing are singing loud?
Yeah, I think it's a good sign. We're just having fun.
RJ, this is the first time you guys have had at least 10 3-pointers in 3 consecutive games since the first 3 games of the 2022 NCAA tournament. Are you seeing shades of 2022 in this turnaround in February and through March?
Yeah, I do. I think what we see is we're envisioning ourselves and to put ourselves in good positions leading up into this next stretch of, obviously March and the ACC tournament and then wanting to get to the NCAA tournament. So I think we're envisioning success right now and we're actually believing and playing with confidence right now. So I don't want to compare. I don't like doing the comparisons of 2022 and to this year's team, totally different teams. But I think for us, we're just starting to see when we do dive in, when we do little things turn out good for us.
RJ, you didn't have to take a shot in the second half.
Yeah, I was mad.
What were you thinking as that lead got bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're not having to score points?
Yeah, I think it's just everyone's contributing, and I think what set the tone for us was our defense. We was able to get stops and then run in transition, and overall, and I was kind of just messing with you, but I'm just happy with just that everyone's able to chime in and get some points. I think we had I don't know how many guys 6 again or 7?
5 at least.
5 at least in double figures, and I think that's 4 games in a row, 5 games in a row, something like that.
It was 6, and 5, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's the first time in Carolina history. So when you have games like that, and when I don't have to shoot the ball or score the second half, and then I get to sit out the last 13 minutes of the game, I want more of that. So.
Did you hurt your elbow today? It looked like your left elbow got kind of bad.
Yeah, I tried to chase. I think it was shoot over a screen, and Poteet had got it.
So getting a little rest for your body, winning by a big margin, that's going into the game you guys got going into. That's a pretty good thing too.
Yeah, 100%. So I wasn't complaining. The fun thing for me is to be able to cheer my teammates on and let them get their sign. Just go out there and just hoop because they were doing that today.
RJ, what's Saturday going to be like for you?
Very emotional. I think I put into perspective, of how long I've been here, but then just all the games that and the practices and just overall just my career, being as a UNC athlete and for it to be my last time, I kind of just playing on that floor is definitely gonna hit. I don't think I really thought about it yet because I've been doing a 1-game approach, but for me, it's just gonna be my approach to the game is just gonna be. Enjoy every moment of this. It's going to be my last time playing on this court, running out that tunnel. So enjoy every single moment, the good, the bad, the good stretches, the bad stretches we had during that game. So, and overall, just come out with a win.
Are you an emotional game?
Nah, yes and no. I was definitely emotional last year when we lost to Bama, but it was crazy because I think the only first time I was about to cry was probably my freshman year. I think it's because I saw Garrison cry, so that kind of hit home for me.
You remember Armando was crying his eyes out last year, the last home game, and you were like, well, it hadn't hit me yet.
Yeah.
You were kind of surprised that you were composed. I remember talking to you.
Yeah.
But when we left the locker room, I don't think you were.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He never did.
So I remember I tapped over and you
I think
guys
it's because
were
I
down
knew
all the time.
I had another year, so maybe that's why it didn't hit me. I had the year I had successfully individually, but I knew there was still a possibility of coming back. So that could have played, but now it's there's no more coming back. So we'll see.
RJ, for you guys, obviously Seth and Ian led you guys in scoring. Ever since y'all have gone to that bigger lineup, you have 2 of your top 3 leading scorers come off the bench. How much of an added dynamic do they give you from an offensive standpoint, when you guys leave and they can come in and do what they do?
Yeah, one thing the coaches really just preach on is when your number's called, especially when you're coming off the bench, you have to be ready. And I think Seth and Ian are 2 products of being ready to play and coming out and contributing. Just the way they attack on offense and obviously just constantly stay aggressive makes the game easier and makes the game a lot easier for me because I don't have to do a lot of the scoring and whatnot. And I think it just makes it more fun when you have multiple guards that's able to kind of just create for their own, but they also create for themselves and rally the points. That's when in basketball. When you look at the Celtics, for instance, every single time, I think, I don't want to say every single time, but every game that they play, they have a lot of guys that's in double digits. And, different guys are leading different games and scoring. So that's kind of how I envision this team in terms of just sharing the wealth.
RJ, since when you guys lost to Clemson, it was pretty low. But since then, you've done everything you've needed to do to get to here.
Yeah.
How would you compare where this team's confidence, spirit, I believe Ian was calling it the vibes.
Yeah.
How would you compare where just your spirit is over these last 6 wins?
I think we did a good job of flipping the page a little bit, right? We lost to Clemson, we got a little bit beat up out there, and then our whole mindset has just like shifted since that game. And we stayed together. We've been positive, and I think one thing about this group right now, we found our identity.
Yeah.
And, what that means is, Coach Davis always talks about like living in the trenches and doing all the little things, diving on the loose floor, being dogs defensively, and then that leads to offense, because we know our offense is always going to be fine, but defense really sets the tone for the rest of the game. So, and I think at the same time we're having fun.
Yeah.
And I think once you lose yourself into the game, once you actually have fun, things get taken care of, and that's what's been happening for this
Hubert
stretch of games that we've gone on.
Hubert singled out you when you dove on the floor right near the baseline and were able to get rid of the ball. You guys went in transition as an example of the things you guys collectively are doing now that maybe wasn't happening as much before.
Yeah, 100%. I just think those are winning plays right there, and those those type of plays allow momentum to build, and it ignites the whole team. And I think once I dove on the floor, I think Seth was able to kind of just go from coast to coast and get fouled from for a foul shot. So just like little plays like that kind of just leads to bigger plays, and you build off of them. So just glad that it's clicking right now. We're having those type of plays right now rather than early on in the season.
You're down. You're down by 12 minutes in. How does it shift like that? Just like that.
It takes everyone, right? And I think we did a good job of kind of just letting our stops defensively carry over for the rest of the game, and it flew. Like our pressure bothered them a little bit. He was able to kind of get into the ball handlers and force them to turn over, and then he was able to kind of play in transition, and that's the way we want to play. So I just think we do a good job of kind of just constantly and consistently building off of these defensive possessions. It creates a lot of advantages for us offensively.
That's good.
Block, the big block.
Yeah, that was
Put
huge.
the guy down, the ball down. And
spiked
They
him.
went
Yeah.
down and scored.
Yeah, like I think like just little plays like that. I don't know what happened. There's like miscommunication between like Elliott and I think Jay Wash, but just to have like the weak side presence and just help the helper defensively, that's huge for us, and that's winning basketball. That's winning plays right there, and that's what kind of helps us to keep the train moving. So yeah.
Quick one for you. You mentioned identity. What is the identity of this team right now?
To be dogs, and I think we bought into that. And like knowing that every game, I think we were kind of finding ourselves a little bit like here we go again with another game of back and forth, rather than just embracing that's who we are and that's our identities for this team. So just having that dog mentality, I think we've been doing, that's our identity.
Thanks, Ari.
Thanks, RJ.